What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Kickin with Kachi, where we highlight individuals that are really taking their industry by storm. And today, we have the pleasure, the honor, distinction sitting down my boy, legendary musical artist, straight from 201, YNB 201. Nice to meet you. Great to have you here. Thank you for kicking with me, my brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to be here, man. Thank you for having me on the show. You feel me? I'm glad to be here and representing Jersey. Everything we got going on right now.
And I was gonna say, like, now getting to the name, right? Like, where does the name come from? What does YNB stand for? Another 201 is in Jersey, so that has a kind of a background to the name. But what about the YNB part?
That's a fact. YNB stands for Young and Beautiful. All right, so there's a way deeper background to it too. Like when I started off just making like music as a joke. I never thought I would take it seriously. It was
Really?
just like
Okay.
always a joke for me. So it was supposed to be Young Nutbuster because I was making meme raps. And so eventually I was like, I'm gonna abbreviate it because people are actually starting to fuck with my shit. So I'm gonna start taking it seriously. I abbreviated it, YNB, and then I just found another meaning for it. And then it's honestly universal. Like it could be young and balling, young and beautiful, whatever. You
I
feel
like
me?
it. I like it. And I would say, like, coming back into the 201 part, like, you're from Jersey, repping Jersey heavy, right? And now you got the rise of, honestly, they got, I think it's called drill bop now. It's called club bop. You got sample bop. So has all
Everything.
these different iterations of that stem from the Jersey club sound. Has I kind of pushed you to say, like, no, as a Jersey artist, you got to be in the mix of this whole thing, making that type of music too, like, and really making that music from Jersey, by Jersey, for Jersey.
Right. Honestly, that's like my favorite part about it. Like once I seen like people are actually starting to show love to the whole Jersey Club movement and
Right, right.
everything. Cause, bro, I'm not gonna lie. So I was born in Queens, but I grew up in Jersey, which is why I Jack 201. That's why I really
Right.
play in Jersey. But growing up, I started off as a dancer first. I wasn't always doing music, so I was dancing like
Ah,
choreography, shit like that. So we would do a lot of footwork, do a lot of Jersey Club dancing, and it was always just beats. Nobody was rapping on Jersey Club
yeah,
at the
right.
time. And so now, like, some of my homies started rapping on Jersey Club beats. Like, shout out to Matthew Ali, all of them. Like the MHPG sound, they're going crazy. They got like Cash Cobain, Charlie, and all them.
Right,
They're
right.
going crazy with the Jersey Club sound. So it kind of inspired me to start doing it too. I was like, I'm from Jersey. I gotta show love to where it all started. You know what I'm saying?
And like moving on, like, 'cause you have a whole bunch of different. If you guys know, like, coming into his catalog is not just the Jersey bop, the club bop. He got a whole bunch of different flavors coming from the catalog. So, what musical influences would you say kind of guided your style and your artistry?
Hmm. Growing up, definitely Michael Jackson was a big one. Michael Jackson was huge just because like his status overall, like just like straight up legendariness, like everything. I've always wanted to like reach that status. Like I want to be able to like I'm not gonna lie, it sounds crazy, but I want to be able to I want to have that feeling where it's like I can't go to the corner store by myself. Cause
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying? Everybody gonna go and be like, yo, it's YNB, it's YNB. You
right,
feel me?
right.
So like that was always been cool to me, and he's mad versatile too. Like he does a little bit of everything, which is what I like. I pride myself on my versatility. Like you said, I don't just do the Jersey Club shit. I got like everything. People don't even know I'm gonna have like an alternative project dropping at some point. Like straight up, like every single sound you could think of, I probably touched it. You feel me? But like that's one inspiration. I used to listen to a lot of alternative music too. So another one would be Blink 182. And it's
Okay,
fire to
yeah,
see
that's nice. It's nice. Yeah.
you feel me? And it's fire to see Travis Scott, not Travis Scott, Travis Barker.
Yeah.
He's the drummer. He's the drummer for Blink 182. It's cool to see him doing stuff with like some of the homies. Like he did shit with my friend Casper. That's super fire. Like and just to see him merging with the underground and still doing stuff like that, even back to when he was doing like drum covers for Soldier Boy, that was fire. So like stuff like that has always like inspired me to like just blend sounds, like emerge different, like what's it called? Bridge the gap
Right,
between all
yeah.
these different sounds.
And I would say, like, coming as this underground wave, right? Like, it seems like the whole underground wave is the new mainstream wave, right? Is that something that you're trying to maintain as part of your image as this independent solo artist, or is the goal to get into that record label mainstream industry aspect?
Um, as far as a record label, I'll say this. I'll do whatever it's got if it's got like the best like If it's like if I know it's gonna be a mutual exchange, like if we could both
Right,
benefit
right,
off of this, you feel me? I don't want anybody to just like leech off of me or profit off of me, and then I'm not making nothing. So
right.
that's one thing there. But then at the same time, like I wouldn't mind like if people got resources that I could use to help make my sound to a different level or like to elevate my shit, then I'm more than willing to take advantage of that as well. And then in return, I give people great music. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I would say like coming from the music that you started making, like first album dropped 2020, been making songs since 2018, right? Like from that experience, like what would you say was the thinking behind really trying to push that type of music or even push music in general in a serious fashion, right? Because aside from the singles, you dropped a whole album in 2020, mid-pandemic. Like what was the
Yeah.
experience and decision in doing all that?
Just go, just go. Then 2020, the album that I dropped for that one, honestly, that was a project that I put together with my bro Cor Blanco. He's a producer from Jersey as well, and I was just always a huge fan of his beats. So I told him straight up, I was like, "Yo, bro, I'll like cop a whole entire pack off of you. Like, let me just get
Wow.
a bunch of beats off of you." And so like he was like, "Fuck that, let's work on a project." So we started working on a project together, and I had always wanted to like put a project together. Like I had kind of like teased some stuff. Like that's not like the first project that I had put out, but that's the first like project that I had put out like professionally, like
Yeah,
Apple
right.
Music, Spotify, everything. Before that, I had like little like tapes and shit on SoundCloud, but those were kind of just like, all right, I'm putting this out because I feel like I need to put out a project. It was
Right,
kind of a
right.
little forced, if anything. But with Disoriented, that was like the first real project that I put out. That one was fire just because I knew every single song that was going into it. I knew from start to finish. I was like, I'm confident in every single one, like from production to vocals to topics, content, like lyric content, everything. I was like, I'm going crazy.
And I would say like now moving forward, right? Since then you've dropped two more projects and now this third one that just came out, right? Who the F is YNB. What's
Mm-hmm.
the how do you kind of view your sound from that original first project to then those two projects in the middle? Didn't have one in 2021, kind of took a little hiatus. Two projects
Yeah.
in one single year, and then now dropping this new one as this established artist and having all this experience that you have.
I'd say the real difference, the biggest thing out of everything is the confidence, bro. Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, like even like back in around disoriented days, like you can hear me saying in my songs, like I'm really like how highly I think of myself. But then even back then, I would still be like, yo, like this, like I would still listen to it sometimes and I would be like, there's still room for improvement. Now, like, don't get me wrong, there's always gonna be room for improvement, but now I can listen to my songs that I make now and just from front to back just be like, damn, this is fucking crazy. Like this is
Yeah.
insane.
And I would
You
say
feel
like
me?
I don't want to have you, kill your babies or anything, but like what's your favorite album out the four that you done put out already on Apple Music, Spotify, and all the professional streaming services and that and the third?
Damn, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I might have to rank them. There's some
Okay,
of them that
okay.
don't even there's some of them that don't even pop up as albums because they're not a certain amount of songs, but I
Right.
consider them an album personally. So like so for example, some of them I would say the first place, I would say Disoriented still hasn't been topped yet. It's a tie for first place between Disoriented and Who the Fuck is YNB. Those are two great projects. Who the fuck in YNB, like from start to finish, is really amazing. That one just really is like a monumental project for me because that's the first project that I'm like engineering every single thing. And then on
Mm,
top of that, I'm producing the beats too. Like that's the first one that I have beats on. I've never made beats before that project.
wow.
So that like I'm making my own beats and everything too. So that's one cool thing about that. But I would if I were to rank them, it'd go first Disoriented just because it held such a special place in my heart. Like I had merch dropped for everything that
Right,
for
right.
that one too. After that would go Who the Fuck is YNB. Then I'll put God's Favorite. God's Favorite was really a great project. And then that was honestly really like me blossoming into like the whole Who the Fuck YNB era. See you guys shortly.
Right,
So
right.
God's Favorite. After God's Favorite, there's one called Fucked Up and Functional. That one's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Fucked Up and Functional was an insane project. A lot of people sleep on that one just because, like I said, it doesn't pop up in the albums because of the number of songs that it has. But
Right,
that's a
right.
good project to me. Um, after that, I got another project called Still Fucked Up. That one was pretty good. Or no, actually, I put YNB Got the Code over Still Fucked Up.
Okay,
YNB Got
okay.
the Code over Still Fucked Up. That's my collab project. So same way I did a collab with Cor Blanco for Disoriented, I did a collab with this other producer named Dil Vinci for YNB Got the Code because his tag says Dil Vinci Got the Code. So that's that one. And then honestly, I put Me Myself and
Okay,
I last.
really? Wow. You
Yeah,
put
that
the baby last.
Me
Yeah, you put
Myself
the
and I might be
you put
last.
the
I ain't gonna lie.
firstborn last.
Nah, facts. I'm not gonna lie. Disoriented came before Me Myself and I. That was
Yeah.
the first. That was the first one. Disoriented, and then after that, I
Okay.
put out Me Myself and I. But Me Myself and I, it was kind of a little rush to me. Like I kind of just felt like I had to follow up a great project with another great project, and
Yeah, right.
I kind of ended up just like not taking my time as much as I should have on it. Like it could have been a better project in my opinion.
And I was saying, putting out music, right, as an artist, now that you're getting into the professional side of making music, it started as a joke, now it comes as something you're really kind of good at, and then it became something where it's like, oh
Right.
wow, this is something I could do and get to stardom, Michael Jackson status, right? Like, is there a pressure to keep putting out music, keep putting it out, keep putting it out, keep creating, keep doing this for consumption,
There's
or
there's definitely a like a pressure for me to just keep on putting out music. I'd say not even just from the fans, but like I or like my supporters and stuff. But I'd say more so like from myself more than
right?
anybody.
Yeah,
Like, because I kind of just see like, oh shit, the numbers for this are doing pretty well. Like I could see people are fucking with this. I need to put something out now so that way you can see I'm consistent and stuff like that. But
right,
I care so much about the roll up now that I kind of just stop myself from putting things out in a rush that I'm just like, all right, we gotta really think out the next drop. Like what cover art is gonna go into it. I need visuals, stuff like that. And then also now that I got management now too, like me and Dom are like planning everything out now.
right. And I would say, like, from your Instagram page, first couple posts initially are like 3 or 4 different songs, right? And then
Yeah.
boom, there's like mad different posts about one song. Dump it, right? So the idea of marketing, has that also been a very big factor for you as well? Like, yo, honestly, I have to, if I once I put something out, I have to also go through all the hoops and steps of pushing it out, getting visuals, like you said, and getting that name out there.
Yeah, honestly, just cause like I said before Dom came in the picture, I was really doing everything by myself. So like, all right, paying for like my own promo,
Right,
videos, like cover arts, everything. Like the cover art for Who the Fuck is YNB and Dump It was done by my roommate back in Cali. So
nice.
I was living in Oakland for like a little over a year. And my roommate Asa was the one who did that cover art for me. So he did that. But yeah, just using the resources that I had around me. But that was always in the back of my mind, like, all right, I need to really like plan this out. I need people to see this because I know it's good. I need people to see this.
And as an emerging artist, what sort of methods and avenues would you say work best for you in pushing your music out? I know TikTok is a very big one, but obviously with the whole idea of music and, music being a very big factor in being even the background to reels and stuff, like what worked for you to really get your numbers out there?
I say what really works for me, a good part of it is like playlisting. So just getting my
Okay.
songs like into like the right Spotify playlist. That really helped boost my numbers up a lot. Just cause like it's different people that haven't heard the song before that they are
Right.
tapped into the playlist. They're like, all right, fuck with this. Or even like, for example, Instagram, getting another page to post me up, stuff like that. So like shout out to Underground Sound. Oh my god, my numbers have gone crazy ever since Underground Sound posted me.
Yeah, and I
Underground
would
Sound
say,
is
like, yeah, the whole collaborative effort of like working with people on the ground, Instagram, social media, and just in general is really a very big factor. So what would you say has been kind of on a negative side? I don't like to get too much in the negative, but as artists are watching this video and learning from this interview, like what obstacles did you have to face in growing your brand and growing your identity as an artist?
um in terms of like growing my brand, I would say really just making sure I keep solid people around me. That would
Yeah,
be like the biggest challenge I would say as far as like growing my brand because one thing I've noticed is like the people around you are also a reflection of you. So
right.
like if I'm bringing this person around and they're always fucking up all the time, like that's gonna be a reflection on me because like even just down to like regular, like just like politics in the hood, stuff like that. Like, let's say you bring somebody around, and then you know what I'm saying, some shit happens, something goes left, people are looking at you like that's your man's,
Right. Right.
and
Yeah.
so
That's
it's
just
like,
your man's right.
you feel me? So like that's your man. So I'm just like, I don't know. It's, you know what I'm saying? I can't bring people around that's gonna have people questioning me and my judgments. So stuff
Right.
like that is really like stuff that's really been like a challenge for like me growing my brand, just because I'm such a people pleaser and I love everybody, that I want to be able to help everybody. But realizing that I can't help everybody hurts.
Mm-hmm. And then now looking into, I guess, the music to help people, right? Because music, I feel like, is a healing source in itself too. Like, what are your three songs to get to know YNB 201? Would you say the fans should listen to, or new fans should listen to, so they can really get into your music?
Um, as far as like getting into my sound or like getting to know like me as a person, because there's a few songs that'll get you that'll let you know how I am as a person.
Yeah, let's see. Let's try and get to know you as a person. I know there's a lot of ladies that's gonna be watching this. I don't know if you're single or together, but hey, they maybe they want to listen to some music so they can get to know you a little better.
Right. I'm single as fuck, so we could just put that out there. But right now, big one, Twin Flame off of Who the Fuck is YMB is
Yeah,
really
that's a
like
good
a
song. That's a good song. I listen to that. Yeah, that's a good song.
that one really like I jumped into my bag. That one has so much history behind it. I know the ladies, once they listen to that one, they're gonna feel like, oh man, I got competition, but she's not in the picture anymore, so you really don't.
Hmm.
That's one. That's just to show you how much of a lover boy I am. After that, let me think off the top of my head here. Another good one, I would say King Nikki is just a really good one, just to really show my fun side. Like that one's just like overall just a really fun track. That one's also Who the Fuck is YMB too.
Nice,
And
nice.
then after that, hmm, Bother Me. Bother Me
Okay.
off God's Favorite is a great song. I love that song. And then that's really how I be feeling too. Like I'm a very clingy person. Like bother me, baby, you don't bother me. You don't bother me at all. I be feeling like I bother people most of the time.
That's good though. All right, so we got King Nikki, we got Twin Flames, we got Bother Me. Make sure y'all listen to that on Apple Music, Spotify, all of that, so y'all get to know my boy. Because Valentine's Day is very far, but very soon. So make sure y'all get to know him a little better before that.
You know what I'm saying? Send your resumes in now. Cause I don't want to find out about like, you know what I'm saying, your crazy baby father and it's already
Right,
the day
right,
before
right.
Valentine's Day. We not doing that.
So what are some highlights as you've been growing, right? Since 2018, 2017, you've been making music. It's 2023 now. So honestly speaking, you probably haven't even noticed, but you about 5, 6 years in the game, my man. So what are some highlights that you've been kind of witnessing and enjoying while you've been on this wild ride you call life?
Dude, honestly, like some of the coolest shit is like just being recognized out in public. Like I remember the other day I was out with my bro DJ Fat, and I forgot where we was at. We was at somewhere in Soho, and then he was introducing me to somebody, and then I was like, "Yo, what's good, bro? I'm YNB," and then they were just like, "YNB," and then I was like, "Yeah," and then they were just like, "Yo, bro, I've heard your shit before," and I'm just like, "Chill out." Chill out.
Way.
Like, or even like little stuff, like it's crazy. I didn't 5 years, 6 years didn't click in my head either until the other day. I was at the Netspend show, and there was this old producer that I used to talk to on Twitter, that we used to collab and shit all the time.
Right,
His
right.
name is his name is Zoo. We used to be in a bunch of Twitter group chats together. We were in like a bunch of like different scenes on Twitter. That's when
Yeah.
I first started blowing up. This was literally, like he said, 5 years ago. I seen him at the show the other day. Never met him in person before in life. So I just seen him. He was around, and then I introduced myself, and I was like, "Yo, what's good, bro? I'm YNB. Nice to meet you." And then he was just like, "YNB," and I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Bro, it's Sue," and I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "What do you think?
Wow.
5 years?" And then as soon as he said
Wow.
5 years, I was like, "No way, bro."
That's diff. That's diff. So now looking forward, like what can we look forward to? I know we in the second half of the year. Is there I know a tape just dropped. So I can't expect another tape from you, but maybe I do. But what can we expect from you looking forward by the end of this year, or probably next year?
I don't have a timeline right now. I know 4 singles are on the way right now. Me and Dom got 4 singles on the way for y'all.
Nice, nice.
Um, On top of that, we're working on Who the Fuck is YNB Deluxe. It's gonna be basically like
Hey.
a side B. It's gonna be a whole other long project. It's probably gonna be over 10 songs. I don't know how many songs. It's almost done actually. We just gotta finalize some of that. There's another project that's gonna drop before that though. It's gonna be more of like a ragier project, kind of more similar to God's
Okay.
Favorite and Fucked Up and Functional. Um, just to bring y'all back to those vibes real quick before we elevate. But that's gonna be the project that drops after the 4 singles. Then it's gonna be the dance project. Who the fuck is YNB Deluxe? And then after that, it's gonna be. Remember how I told you I have like an alternative, like more
Yeah,
hardcore
right. Yeah.
project coming. So that one's gonna be extremely different. A whole bunch of vibes nobody's ever heard me do before. It's gonna be dance hall stuff like that, like all different types of YNB on there.
Nice,
I might
nice.
I might even throw a Dembo song on there. Who knows?
Okay, why not? Why not? Get the ladies moving. Get them moving.
Feel me?
Yeah.
And I got Brazilian funk on the way too. Brazilian funk.
Uh-huh. I
That's a
like it. I
fact.
like it. So what was before we close out of here, like what would you want new fans, as I always hope when people watch the interviews, what would you want new fans to know about your music? How do you want them to feel about your music and feel once they leave listening to your music?
What I want my new fans to know is that I don't want you to think too hard. This is something I tell everybody, and everybody, it's like some people take it the wrong way, some people get in their feelings about it, but it depends on how you perceive music. So
Right.
no matter what, when you listen to my music, turn your brain off. Don't think about that shit too much. Don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't overthink it. Don't overstimulate your brain. Turn your brain off, roll one up, get high, do whatever you do. Be sober. I don't care, but just listen to it and just close your eyes and just let the sounds be the sounds. Don't overthink it. Don't be like, oh my God, he has to throw a crazy metaphor right here, because I'm not your conventional rapper. I'm not the type of rapper that's gonna give you all the J. Cole bars, the Kendrick Lamar rhyme schemes and stuff like that. I'm gonna just tell you a nice story, and it's gonna have some nice beats over it, and you're just gonna be vibing. I'm gonna have songs that you can really listen to and resonate with, and you're really gonna feel like, damn, I can do whatever I want in this world now after listening to the lyrics. Or I got some songs that you could just not listen to anything at all and still have a great time. Like you could just
Nice.
not pay attention to what I'm saying, but then once you start paying attention, you're like, oh, he's really saying some shit. But I just try to
That's
make it
fine.
sound nice, so there's still the message in there, but I try to make it fun, so it's not. I don't bore you.
Right. And I would say before we, like I said, before we close out of here, I like to always end acknowledging that other people watching this interview are also going through their own personal journeys, whether it be as a creative, a 9 to 5 professional, or even just as a person growing up. You know what I'm saying? So,
My fault. My
what
fault. It's
advice
a
would you share? 3 pieces of advice that you would like to share to those type of people that are really just watching you go through your journey, 5, 6 years in the game, that are also on their journey.
To the people that are on their journey, just stay down, keep your head up. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Just worry about you. Don't try to sound like nobody else. Don't try to copy nobody else's wave, because no matter what, there's always a wave that you can start and that you can do. That's my biggest thing. Like there's too many people these days that are like too comfortable with complacency, and
Right.
they're too comfortable with like just like following what the next man is doing, or next woman's doing. Like instead, like be a leader. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. Be you. Don't be afraid to be yourself, because no matter what, there's always going to be somebody that fucks with you, even if there's a few people that don't, no
Right.
matter what. And then one thing, oh, this is a gem. I posted this on my Instagram today. So I was talking, right? So boom, always move with love and good intentions. If you move with animosity and hate, the universe is gonna give that right back to you. Same if you move with love and you move with gratitude, stuff like that, good intentions, good vibes, the universe is gonna give that right back to you. So I say that to say there's been a lot of stuff going on like behind the scenes in my life. And one of my friends told me, it's just signs from God. He's showing you the people that you need to cut out of your life
Right. Right.
right now to make room for the big ones that are on their way. So that way you don't end up taking the fake people with you, because it'll just stab you in the back in the end.
Right.
So no matter what, everything's a blessing. There's blessings in the wounds too. It's about how you heal from it.
That's beautiful. And I was to say, like, coming from your album art and coming from your music, there is I can definitely sense a very big spiritual, in tune with the universe vibe from your music. So I'm glad that it resonates as well into your person, to your everyday. I like that. I like that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really like that's really all I can do is just move with love and just hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? That's all anybody can do. once you start worrying about all that other shit, that's when life gets complicated. Like we're only here for a certain amount of time, gang. We gotta enjoy our time here.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And honestly, YNB 201, thank you so much for kicking with me. I know that you're on your way to go and do your day, but thank you for taking the time and really sitting down with me and sharing your story, because I know I appreciate it. I definitely know my viewers are appreciating it too.
I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for having me. This really like this. I think this is like the first real interview that I've ever done. Like first interview where I'm like actually like face to
Nice.
face talking to somebody. So hell yeah, definitely a monumental moment, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, that just means that we gotta do this again when that alternative album drops, man. I definitely would love to get an interview and get some more stories about how that album's gonna come to be, because that sounds fire, honestly.
Say less. I'm with it. I'm with it.
I love it. I love it. But yo, thank you guys for another amazing episode of Kicking with Kachi. You guys can check out my boy YNB201 on all streaming platforms right now, right now, right now. Make sure you guys go listen to Who the Fuck is YNB on Apple Music, Spotify, and Tidal. All major streaming platforms. Make sure you check out that new music video as well. LOV by YNB201 is my favorite song, personally speaking. So make sure you guys listen to that. Make sure you guys also follow this interview at the DC Voice on Instagram and YouTube, and follow me on Instagram at Koch.theanalyst. It's Kachi. It's YNB201. Great interview. And we're out of here. Peace.